Beautiful boxing fans, before I get into it, I would just like to invite you to please join me. Join me, beautiful fight fans, on my live stream of this fight, Canelo versus Bud. I'm going to be watching it live on this channel. Let's watch it together. Let's enjoy our time. Let's experience the highs and the lows. Let's get shocked together because I believe we are about to witness something extremely special. And no people I would rather watch this fight with than you. You, and you. Beautiful boxing fans. So please tune into my channel on my live stream, but let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you in this fight, the real Canelo Alvarez will show up. I mean, I see the comments. Many of you beautiful Bud Crawford supporters tell me, why aren't you talking about the Canelo Alvarez who fought William Skull? He looked absolutely horrible. He looked flat-footed. He looked slow. He looked old. He looked this. He looked that. Okay. And I see a lot of you beautiful Mexican, I mean, shout out to all the Mexican people around the world. Mexico. I've been to Mexico. It is by far the most beautiful city with the most beautiful people that I have ever been to. And I cannot wait to go back there, but I see it. A lot of you beautiful Mexican fans tell me, why aren't you talking about the Madrimov fight? Crawford's last fight and Canelo's last fight. I promise you, the real Canelo Alvarez is going to show up for this fight. When you talk about greats, when you talk about all-time greats, when you talk about once-in-a-lifetime type of fighters, the occasion gotta be big. The stakes gotta be high. The pressure gotta be at an all-time high. For the real icon to show up on fight night and deliver the goods. When have you ever seen Canelo Alvarez fight in a stadium and not look electrifying? When have you ever seen Bud Crawford in a fight where he is doubted the most, where he doesn't look spectacular? Let me tell you this. But especially, I mean, listen, Bud Crawford, we know what we were going to get. The man is so disciplined and the man is so consistent and the man lives the life. But Canelo Alvarez, you know, more questions when you talk about prime versus prime are being asked on the Canelo side. And I get it, but there's a reason why I haven't really talked about the William Skull fight, because I don't believe that was the real Canelo. I mean, yes, can you make the case that Canelo might just be slowing down a little bit, but Canelo is so good that even though he might be slowing down, but he's still good enough to beat 99.9% of boxers on earth who are around his weight class. But let's get back to the main point. The reason why I guarantee you, I promise you, you have my word and mark my words. And we're gonna go back. You're gonna come here, beautiful, my beautiful fellow fight fan. You're gonna come here after the fight and mark my words when I tell you, no matter who wins this fight, listen, Canelo and Bud, they are the two greatest fighters my eyes ever saw. I keep saying this in all my videos and I will say it again. The more tape I watch of Canelo, my goodness, the subtle things that he does, his defense, the way that he handles adversity, the way that he's calm in the corner, the way that he regroups after losing a round. I mean, listen. And don't get me started with Bud. My goodness. Bud is an absolute wizard. He doesn't waste any punches. He's absolutely lethal and cerebral, especially with those uppercuts. He throws uppercuts and combinations. I mean, listen, both men. There's a reason why His Excellency, the pride of the Middle East, the pride of all the Middle Easterns around the world and the pride of all the Muslims around the world, there's a reason why the man, His Excellency Turki al-Sheikh, there's a reason why the man is putting up over $250 million for this event. Why? Because he sees what I see. Canelo Alvarez came out before yesterday and he said this is the biggest fight of all time, and I agree. Turki al-Sheikh came out and said this is the biggest fight of all time, and I agree. And what did I say 4 weeks ago? In the first video that I made about this fight, I said this is by far the most significant fight in my history of watching sports. Probably in boxing history, and if it's not the biggest fight in boxing history, then it's definitely one of the very few biggest fights in boxing history. Netflix, First fight ever in Las Vegas to take place in a football stadium. First fight ever in a Legion Stadium. 60 to 70,000 screaming fans. Every single belt in boxing will be on the line. The doubters are speaking. The Crawford doubters are louder than ever. The Canelo doubters are louder than ever. The doubters of this fight are louder than ever. And that is why I promise you, no matter who wins this fight, both men will show up with their A game, and both men will leave it all in the ring that night. And I promise you, whoever wins, I'm going to give them all the credit in the world. And whoever loses this fight, I'm going to give them all the respect in the world. Why? Because, like I said, they are simply the two greatest fighters my eyes ever saw. And now, why do I keep saying this? I'll tell you why. Because in the past 2 to 3 weeks, I have never watched this much tape as I have in my entire life. I have watched literally every single Canelo fight available. And the man is absolutely unbelievable. He's the greatest pressure / counter attacker in boxing history. And Bud is simply the most creative / dynamic boxer my eyes ever saw. Now, does that mean that they are the two greatest fighters in boxing history? I don't know. But as far as what I can say, and as far as what my young eyes have seen, I'm not a boxing historian. I haven't been watching the sport for decades. But in all my years of watching this game, I simply have never seen anyone like Canelo or anyone like Bud. And that is why I changed my pick 4 times since this fight got announced. When I watched that Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe, when I watched that Bud versus Spence, when I watched that Canelo versus Munguia, when I watched that Bud versus Avanesian, Bud versus Porter, Bud versus Kell, the small things that he was doing. I mean, yes, even Canelo versus Munguia, even though Munguia, the man got no accomplishments, and the man, doesn't have a legendary career, and the man is, like, his career is still, I'm not going to say the man is overrated because he's not. But the man is definitely not a great. He's definitely not a legend, but he's definitely excellent. And Canelo showed me a lot in that fight. Both men, no matter who they fight and no matter what the people say, even that Bivol fight, Canelo showed me some things in that fight. Listen, I'm going to be honest. That was far from the best Canelo. And I don't believe that was the best Canelo. And Canelo knows that wasn't the best Canelo. But even in their worst performances, from me watching them, even in their worst performances, they still show me things that make me go like, oh my God. God gifted both of those men with things that probably no other boxer will ever have and possess. And when you mix their charisma inside the ring with their IQ, with their skill, with their mindset, with their toughness and perseverance and personality, you simply get one of the greatest fighters of all time. And not only are we getting one of the greatest fighters of all time, but we're getting 2 of the greatest fighters of all time squaring up in one night against each other. Both men, 2-time undisputed. Both men got crazy power. Both men got crazy IQ. Both men got charisma in buckets. When you talk about inside the ring and outside the ring, there's something about them. The way they talk, the way they walk, the way they present themselves, the way they deal with adversity, the way they are calm in the storm and in the middle of the fire. Everything about them scream the word great. And I promise you, the real Canelo Alvarez is showing up in this fight. Win, lose or draw, no matter what happens, the winner will get all the respect in the world and the loser will get all the respect in both of them. Both of them, I'm going to give them everything they deserve. Why? Because they deserve it. Because my eyes are yet to see better fighters than Canelo and Bond.